Hi, my name is Dr. Keith Johnson. Not too long ago, I had the enjoyment of sitting with a good friend of mine watching the Samoan rugby team as they were playing on TV. And he teaches humanities at the University of Illinois. So we were sitting there watching this program, and somewhere in the middle of a rehearsal, while they were going on a break, in the middle of the game, my teacher friend said to me, "You know anything about the Samoans?" I said, "No, I really don't know too much." He said, "Well, they have to get labeled with a tattoo that identifies their lineage, their family. And they have to wear it on their arms, and it has to be pretty large, it has to be known. And they get that, every Samoan supposedly gets that tattoo to identify his lineage, which is something I had no idea about. But I looked at the team, and I said, I don't see on their sleeveless shirts any tattoos. He said, that's because when the Samoan team was going to play rugby in Japan, that Japan was offended by the tattoos that was on their shoulder, identifying their lineage. So what they did is they took skin-colored clothing and they hid their tattoos so they couldn't be seen. Out of respect for the Japan nation, and because of their stand on tattoos, the Samoan rugby team hid their tattoos and their lineage, where they came from, on purpose, so they wouldn't offend the Japanese people. Now, I found that an extremely interesting point, that somebody would go to such effort to hide their lineage because their lineage was an offense to them. I mean, how kind, how gentle, how loving that is, to want to not offend the other country, but to honestly play a real sports game and loving each other at the same time, respecting each other for how we feel. And maybe that's one of our biggest problems. You and I need to respect the other person, how he believes, how he feels. We need to respect where they are, what they're trying to do, what they chose for a career, who they married, how they raised their kids. And even though they're not of our lineage, they don't wear their tattoo on their shoulder, or if they did, maybe it still shouldn't offend us. Maybe we still need to be open enough to understand who they are, where they came from, and what they're trying to do. I don't have any tattoos. I never especially liked them. But I actually have a couple of clients that are covered with tattoos from the head down. Their entire body has tattoos. And one of them said to me, I often wonder how people take my tattoos, since I got them so many years ago, and now I take them for granted. Well, it was an interesting question that I couldn't answer. I didn't know. I said, do your tattoos bother you? Oh, no, I'm very proud of them. I said, well, it's your body and you have a right to choose, it seems to me. And I have no right to judge you one way or the other because it's not my body. So I need to learn to be tolerant. Maybe we all need to learn to be tolerant. Maybe we all need to learn to accept each other and to realize that some of us are just not the same. Just because you're a Christian doesn't mean you follow Christianity the same way I do. Just because you believe in Jesus doesn't mean that I have to believe in Jesus the same way you do. Excuse me. By the power of what we're looking at, the forgiveness of God, forgiveness comes in different ways. We wear forgiveness just the same way that we wear tattoos differently. We don't wear everything the same way. We do things different. But we need to be tolerant of each other, be easy with each other, and to realize that we need to love each other when sometimes their ways are not our ways and our ways are not theirs. We need to love each other as we love ourselves. That's what God said. That was the second most important commandment. Ask yourself, who have you been prejudiced against? What are you prejudiced against? But most of all, who have you learned to love? And what effort have you made to love whoever it is that you need to be tolerant with? Those are heavy questions that all of us need to answer.